Episode 22 of HGC starts off with a follow-up from Cruiserweight action. Last week we had Savage Fury attack Dark Eagle, leading to the Danger Kid making the save. This is just a continuation of that, where we have the baby faces actually beating the heels here, and this is going to lead to Danger Kid facing Dark Eagle for the Cruiserweight title match. Alex Braun was ringside, watching the action. We follow that up with Jack Bruce saying Cowboy and the Flames got lucky last week. He had two bad partners. He's going to find two new partners to face them next week. Just again, continuing that thread of him not finding anyone to get along with, as well as getting Cowboy a little more popularity. We conclude Jeb Langley immature angle with Dick the Devastator, with Jeb Langley defeating Dick. This is Dick's last match in the company and pretty much in the save. So he's retiring. Just yeah, and Jeb Langley has been pretty fun to book, so probably continue using him. We follow up with Charlie Homicide defending the hardcore title versus Jason Jackson. This is just a way to get him defend the title. And what's his name? We would have had this is like continuation of his storyline with the football star Jesse Christian. So that will be proceeding where Charlie Homicide's like beating Jason Jackson post match and Jesse Christian makes the save. Again, simple storytelling basics. Keep it going. We have Dusty Streets calling out BLZ Bub, which we teased last week, but of course BLZ Bub is not there. He instead gets interrupted by Peter Valentine, and this will lead to a match between these two. Not tonight, though. Troy Tornado picks up a win over Chris Perkins. Troy Tornado interrupted Damian Carville last week, who was calling out Sam Strong. Troy came out like, imagine you're calling out Cody Rhodes and a guy not even NXT, no name, interrupts you. Like, what the hell? That's what happened. So we're kind of pushing Troy Tornado a little bit. Following the match, we have Damian Carville saying, if Sam Strong is afraid of me, I'll face this young rookie. Just kind of a way to continue that thread of Carville calling out Sam Strong, as well as pushing a new star in Troy Tornado. Following that, we have Flapjack and Lance Henderson defeating the War Eagles. Just a way to get Flapjack and Lance a win. They're normally the punching bags, but I want to keep them like somewhat decent momentum and believability, and they pick up a win here. We have another tag team match, just like wins. Rico Santana and Richard Blood, appropriately named the Island Boys. No, I'm not going to do the Island Boys meme song. Defeat Nation of Filth. Just a way to kind of, again, continue getting wins for our guys that we want to push. RP Jr. calls out Paul Steadyfast, demanding a match after Paul Steadyfast cost RP Jr. the title at Total Mayhem. So this is a continuation of that story, as well as the just basically the Untouchables and Vesties. We started with that story, we went away from it, and now we're back to it, ultimately. Then we have Brent Hill wants a rematch versus Frankie Future. Now, it has Ripcord here as the promo, because I'm not going to have Brent Hill talk if I can use Ripcord. But yeah, we're setting up Frankie Future being an enemy of Ripcord and Brent Hill. This is just a continuation of that. Then in our main event, kind of wish it was a better rating. We had Liberty defeat Robert Oxford, and this leads to Liberty getting a title shot versus Eric Tyler in the upcoming week. So yeah, I wish the main event was better, but overall, solid rating. We're still above that 65 mark of like what I want to get to. And just like, yeah, it's a decent show. Not a lot of big ratings or whatever. Not a lot of things designed to have big rating here. Still, like, we're just mixing building people and like having storylines, which I feel like is good because the first couple weeks was mostly just building people. That is probably our lowest deficit of like a show. That's pretty good, but I'm not really concerned about that. Popularity, we're still going up steadily in the areas that we need to. Yeah, pretty good show. So a special note, SWF, is they are letting Philip Roberts go. He's the enforcer. He's got the mustache. He his contract is up, and they didn't even offer him a new deal. And then let's see here if we got the collectors. Isn't that Tommy Cornell's group? No, I forget what his tag team with Bubbles the Clown is. Nope, no. The Big Easy has returned, so good for him. Yeah, he returned in May. Oh, well, it is May, but yeah, he returned, so good for him. But nothing with Tommy Cornell. Nothing with Philip Roberts. Let's pull him up. And I am probably going to sign him as he is a cruiserweight, believe it or not. He's like another technician, just bland heel, which, I have in abundance with Untouchables, minus Eric Tyler, but he's probably better than Steady Faster Joel. And he has a little more popularity, so maybe I move away from like Joel and add it Philip, or maybe I just have him on his own thing because he's a cruiserweight. So it kind of would be nice to add him to the Untouchables, but we don't really, um, like with the Untouchables, we kind of, like, I feel like four is a good number. I don't want to get too overblown here, but yeah, that's a guy that we'll probably bring in. And then still an internal debate of if I should sign Tommy Cornell or not. Well, I'm kind of assuming now they're not going to even offer him a deal if they're not offering Philip Roberts a deal, and they're not using Tommy really either. So I'm kind of just coming up with plans for that because I didn't plan on signing him, but I was going to wait till 99. But I feel like now might have to. So I have some cool ideas with that, and I don't know. It's probably kind of interesting to have like ideas for a year and a half, probably pretty much 2 years from now, and now like I kind of have to change things and see if that changes the long-term plans. But yeah, quick episode here, pretty basic little show of everything. But yeah, Joe Langley is a guy he's getting pretty over. Like he went up 5 popularity with that win. It's pretty big. Um, yeah, so we'll continue pushing the people who want to be pushed and see what happens to people who are stagnant. But I'll talk to you guys next time.